Hello everyone, welcome back to a new video, and today I am starting off a new series. This is a series of where I will be making videos tracking down all about Dawn and doing deep dives on my characters. This is inspired by IbisPaintX, so credits to them for the inspiration. Now you must be wondering who are we going to be talking about. We are going to be talking about Tessa, as she has been one of my first OCs I've ever created, and she basically went through a lot, so we're going to be doing a deep dive on her very soon. So let's begin. The more interesting topics I would like to address is that Tessa was an Inkling, and she was an Inkling named Ashley, and she first appeared in Sonic Kirby Mario. And if you don't know what that is, I suggest that you don't know about it because it's a horrible book series I wrote, but it started off my career. But this is all about Tessa. We will be talking about my career another day. I guess the thing I could say about Ashley was that she was a charger main. If you don't know what a charger is, then this is all based from Splatoon. A charger is a sniper, essentially. So she was a charger main. Another thing I would like to know is that she was an Inkling that knew how to swim. For some unknown reason, I do not know why she knew this. I just gave it to her without any explanation whatsoever. It was an interesting case for the most part. However, things end up making a turn as Ashley is revealed to be a villain, and soon afterwards she ends up being called out by Mario, and then eventually ends up changing her name to Emilia. And you know, was a very much chaotic situation to go through. She eventually went into showing her first appearance as a villain during Sonic Kirby Mario Book 48 Destroyed. And if I remember correctly, what happens is that she burns the town hall with Meta Knight and then starts insulting Sonic. She then disappears for a good while, as Meta Knight is usually the main villain of the book series, and reappears in Book 64, The Fight. And she only makes a cameo appearance for the most part, and she's only being shown to be throwing a frizzy bomb and then shooting out a booyah bomb, which is something, I guess. She then reaches a point for some reason that she asks for a 18-year-old to start calling her Ashley, which I think is personally a really dumb decision. Like, why would you want somebody that was your enemy to start calling you Ashley, despite that not being your real name, and instead an alliance you used to go against the heroes? It just doesn't make sense. Also, I forgot to note that in Sonic Kirby Mario Com Link to Book 200, Emilia was now transported to a human for some unknown reason, and yeah, basically that started Emilia's next section of life, humanoid. Also, there's some secret foreshadowing over here, so yeah. Now here comes an interesting case. This is Mario Kirby Pikachu Book 105, Ashley and the Emerald Sword. Also, Ashley spelled wrong, but this is probably the more interesting case. Ashley ends up investigating a cave and then introduces herself as Ashley, as somebody apparently knew that she was called Emilia, but it's then revealed that it's Ashley's father, who then reveals himself to be Robin, who is later revealed to be also named Chase. Also, interesting enough, if you try searching Emilia through all my docs, there's just so many books for some unknown reason. Like, what is this? Once All Stars ends up beginning, Emilia starts becoming a different person as she starts yelling at her father, Chase, to leave her alone. She's become really rebellious for some unknown reason. And yeah, I would go further on, but there's so many All Stars Forever books because wow, there's like at least 100 of them, and there's so many. Like, what is this? Good lord. We are heading into the more interesting stages of Tessa's development, and more so how she was able to get her name. Well, this dates back to Sonic Kirby Mario Com Link and Pilot revamp, and I do not remember the book, but I think it's like around 42 or something like that. She ends up working for the villains. Beth says something, and then she ends up revealing herself as a villain, and then reveals that her name is Tessa. Chase chimes in and mentions that Tessa is his daughter, and you know, it starts making the whole alignment that Tessa's related to the Exalt family because Chase is related to Emilia, who Emilia ended up marrying Chrom, which is just a huge mess, which I'll get to a deep dive another time. But yeah, this is basically her peak for the most part, as she eventually just disappears into a total future, and the future will still be everlasting. She does get a lot of development through there, but there's so many books, I just can't cherry pick all the perfect moments, you know? Well, something we learned about Tessa is that she is just a chaotic mess that I made in 2018, but it finally ended up developing into a thought out person and one of my beloved OCs, as she has a very interesting personality and relations within the Exalt family. Well, this is the video. Thank you all for watching. Thank you for watching the first episode, and I hope you can watch the more episodes to come. Trust me, these will be interesting. Bye!